Hi, my friends. Welcome to my page, DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Friday. TGIF, guys. Oh my goodness. We are going to make the last two parts or pieces, the last two items for our March craft kit. And I love the little sign. I showed you a picture of everything painted. I have painted this. I'll probably do it a little bit different. There's so many color choices, guys. When you get your monthly kit, the monthly kits will come with this, okay? So this is going to tell you, is that upside down? It is. This is going to tell you, this one's going to tell you the name of the kit. It's going to give you a picture of everything together and then all of the paint colors. Okay, once in a while I miss a color, or when I'm painting, I just choose whatever I have back here. I might not have a certain color, so I choose a different color. It is your suggested colors that I use. And then this one here is more of a close-up of each of the items in the kit, so to give you a better look when you are painting. So yes, our monthly kits, so the regular monthly kit like this, and then we have a Christmas monthly kit. Those will come with the sheets of paper. If yours is ever missing it, just let me know. I can always email it to you or mail out a set. So anyways, hope you had a good day yesterday. If you caught my Facebook Live and saw my booth, oh my goodness, you will know that I was totally exhausted last night. It was a very good craft show setup. And, oops, this is upside down. Jelly beans. Oops. This one's upside down. Jelly beans. That's so funny. And now the whole thing's, I'll turn it right side. Okay, so I had a very good craft show setup. My booth, I feel like, looks really good. I'm going to turn this. I'm going to try to turn this and not dump them. Good luck with that. So I had so much stuff. I did have a lot left over from last year. I don't know if it's because I didn't sell as much or because I was very prepared last year. I think it's because I made multiple trips to the cabin last year and created a lot of stuff. So I had a lot of extras left over, and I didn't do a big sale on it at the end like I normally do. So I just had a whole bunch of things to put out, and it took me all day. And then I was done, and Glenda had a last minute cancellation. She actually had 3 yesterday. She had 3 people cancel. And so she asked me if I could fill a space with my everyday stuff. So I had to go to my, oops, he is missing his eye. Where's his eyeball? Oh, this is it right here. For some reason on this bear, the eyeballs actually come out. There it is. I was wondering what that piece was. It's an eyeball. So, and the ears come out too to easily paint. Crazy. So anyways, I had to do that. Took me another hour, but anyways, 9 hours of craft show setup yesterday. I am done. The craft show opens today at 9, and then I will go there when I'm done working. I usually on Fridays I wrap it up by noon, and then I will head over and I will work at the craft show. She is short cashiers. There were a couple of people that are sick, but one of her main people that's at cashiering is sick, and she needs someone to be there early. So somebody's taking the morning shift, the 9 o'clock shift, and then I'm coming in at noon to help out. So anyways, I will be there today, and I'll be there all day tomorrow. It's going to be a long craft show. It's going to be good. Let me turn down the volume. I'm going to go ahead and share this over to VIP. I'm so excited how my booth turned out, and the craft show is going to be fabulous. And then next week is the one I'm in charge of. So I'm going to need lots of prayers next week, guys. I am going to need a ton of prayers next week. And I wish every single one of you could come and help me. I could use extra help. All right, let me say hello. Hi, Laura. How are or Lori Walsh? How are you? Hi, Laura. Thank you. Oh gosh, it was a lot of work. I came home and slept, so I was really tired last night. When I got home, you can imagine. It always kicks my butt that first craft show of the year because your trailer or whatever is not completely organized, but it worked out. I came home and I ate. I make sure I eat because otherwise I won't eat at all. And then I laid on the couch with the dogs, and then I woke up at 11 o'clock. And then I got up and I painted some more frogs because when I was setting up the frogs, people were oohing on and awing over them. So I'm sure that they're going to be gone. So anyways, thank you. It was a lot of work. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Hi, Pam. Good morning. Hi, Holly. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Carol. Thank you so much. Thanks. Thank you, Lynn. Yeah, it is a lot. It's a hard job. It's a lot of work doing the booth, but it turned out good. I'm glad. Um, Everything worked together. It's going to be a good show. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Janine. All right, let's get started with this. We're going to do our bear sitters. I need to get a little block for that to sit on. This might work. When you put these on the shelf to sit, it has to be a shelf that is completely flat. Um, if it's rounded edge, when you put these little shelf sitters on, it's not going to sit properly. That might work. I might have to go get a box. You can put it on a little box too. Okay, let's get started with this. We don't need these pieces. These go at the back. I did take some, it is called putty. It's a type of putty that they use to put things down so they don't tip. What is that called? It is called, oh my gosh, museum putty. I did take museum putty with me. Because if somebody knocks the table, these will jump off the shelf. So I did take some of that. Guess what? I'm missing a piece. I bet it's back on my table. It'll be fine. It will be fine. His leg is just going to be back there. Oh my gosh. I cut these out last night and I thought I had all my pieces with me, but it's back there somewhere. All right, let me move all these. Let's get our board in here. Hopefully maybe I'll just stack these guys and we'll get started. Happy Friday, guys. TGIF. We made it. Made it another Friday. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Chris. How are you? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so I wish that I could just transport my booth that I just got done to next week. My booth next week is very similar in shape. It just isn't quite as deep. So a little bit of modification there. And it's 2 feet less in depth, but it's 2 feet wider. So I just a little of this, a little of that, a couple of changes, and it all works out. Okay, let's get all this stuff out here. I'm going to just put each row by itself, and that way it'll be easy for me to figure out the colors. So we're doing our little Easter sign. It said Rabbit Races, Easter Bunny. I'm not separating by colors. I'm just doing it the easy way. Jelly beans. And I need to space those out a little bit better. What do you guys got going on this weekend? You know what I got. I have craft show today and tomorrow. And then on Saturday, I will be taking all of this stuff out of my shed for my show next week and getting it organized, bringing it to the garage, because when it is time for the craft show, I have to have it ready. Let's see. Yeah, I have to take 2 trips. it's not at least 2. Probably more like 3 trips the day of the craft show, because I can't take my trailer in there. So it will be a challenge, but it's going to work. I'm determined to make it work and not whine and complain too much. Too much. All right, I'm dissecting the bear, getting all of his pieces out. Now, like I said, on this one, the eyes and the ears do come out. I did talk to Tara about possibly just making them solid, but I didn't do that yet. The eyes and the ears do come out, makes it easy to paint, but you could lose those little pieces because they're so small. Okay, that piece is, that's a, okay. And then, so this one I just need to do the tail and the back leg. Let me see if I can shuffle things around here, get everything to fit on. If I move that and that and that. So I'm excited to get this done for you guys. And I can take this to my craft show. I'll have a couple more things to take. All right. Okay, let's just do that. Okay. Oh, and guess what? I have to do the carrots. Where are the carrots gonna go? Carrots can go up here, and then the carrot tops. Okay, I think we got everything. Let me make my screen a little bit smaller because I need to push this up. Need to push that up. Make our screen a little bit smaller so you can still see everything. A little bit small. Oops, not that small. I don't care if you see things on the corner. I do have some stuff that fell on the floor that I never picked up. All right. Okay. There we go. How long is tear down? Do you wrap the items? Yes, I do wrap the items. I have tissue paper, and that goes pretty quickly. Tear down is 3 hours. Yes, tear down's 3 hours. It's a long. It's a lot. It takes me a long time to tear down because I do wrap everything. So what I do is I put 2 pieces back to back, and then I roll them in tissue paper, and then I put them in the container, and then I take the next two items. Sometimes if they're small items, I can do 4 in a piece of tissue paper. You know, the tissue paper that you use to wrap presents with. That white tissue paper, I have a whole bunch of that. Or I have the paper that I use when I ship your items. And there's paper sometimes that things are wrapped in. Oh, you know what? Usually your stuff is in bags. Okay, this is just white. What else needs to be white? The ears, there they are. I'm like, where are they? They're on here. And some of the words have to be white too. So yes, it is a lot. Sue's actually going to help me. Sue's going to come to next week's craft show. She's going to be selling some of her stuff because Miss Sue and her husband are going to be retiring this year, selling their house, and then they're going to be traveling in a motorhome. That's going to be their new life. Okay, Carrot Farm. That one's white. So she's gonna bring some stuff to the craft show next week and sell in the craft swap area. Rabbit races, okay, and then Easter Bunny. Okay, those are all white. Oh, this little Easter Bunny's white also. So she's going to help me when it comes time to tear down at the craft show. She's going to help me tear down my stuff because hers will be pretty quick. So I will have help. I will have help next week tearing down. Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, you want to protect your assets. So you go to all that work, you want to make sure that you are not going to damage stuff. You want to make sure that it's going to be protected. Okay, I'm going to paint this. I'm going to use pistachio mint. You can use whichever color you want. I just think that will be cute. And I'm just going to pour some up there. So, yes, I'm grateful. And one of the jelly beans is that color too. I'm grateful to have help. So I don't usually have help tearing down. But I will have it. Judy will be helping me with the checkout cashier area because that stuff needs to be, all the cash registers have to go back in their boxes. Okay, so the color of this is yellow. Let's get our yellow. So I have to make sure that things are packed right, the whole checkout area. that takes an entire truck to bring all of that. So that will be in my husband's truck in his dually. I will be packing that stuff probably Tuesday. I'll get everything staged into the garage. I told my husband, can you possibly move stuff around in here? He doesn't have much left to do as far as cutting stuff in the garage. So you could use Baby Duck for this. I used Baby Duck when I was in the other room. What else needs to be yellow? Anything else? Nope. Oh, guess what? This needs to be white. Let me go back and here John says you should do that and get a motorhome, and he's like, heck no. Oh yeah. No, well, you know what? Everybody has a different idea of what they want to do for their retirement. So Sue wants to be able to travel around, and she'll go see the US and go see kiddos. You never know how long that will last. There's many people that tried that out and then they settle somewhere. They don't end up moving around, but she could still live in her motorhome. They're getting a big motorhome. Okay, carrot color, spiced pumpkin. Now I need to be careful and not do the green part. So, and it's not scored. It's just, it is what it is. So there's lots of areas like in Arizona, there's all of Yuma that people will just pull in, and during the winter, you know, snowbirds come down there and they stay. Quartzsite is a huge area that people go to. There's lots of, is it called BLM land that is free to go stay at? So there's a lot of places that you can go to that aren't going to cost all the money. So I think that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, sable brown. The bear is going to be sable brown. So let's get some brown out here. Sable brown. And I know that, you know, Sue wants to do this before, you know, her mom is not doing well. Some of you guys, Janine has met Sue's mom. Maybe some other people have too, because she did go to the Couture Tours. But she's not doing well. She's actually living with Sue. Sue's taking care of her mama now. So they want to make sure that they're able to travel and do some of this stuff before she passes. So she's actually going on hospice soon, and they want to make sure that she gets to do some of these things. All right, let's see. We could do the base part. Oh, the base part's white also. Let's do the base. So Sue has a lot going on. I got to see her the other day. I briefly got to see her. She came and picked up price tags. Okay, pink. We'll just do, it's not the pink I used, but we're going to use it. Cotton candy. Like I said, you can use any colors you want. You don't have to use the colors that I choose for you. You can use any colors. So cotton candy for this. And then we will do the ears, cotton candy also. Yeah, I don't think that I could live in a motorhome that long. When we moved back here in 2007, we moved back here from, we had been in New Mexico for a few years. We moved back here and lived in our trailer while we remodeled this house. And it wasn't that long. It didn't take us that long. And it was pretty bad. It was hard. There's a piece that didn't get pushed out. I'm going to see if I can push it out. There we go. Yeah, sometimes I don't get all of those. Hi, Vicki. How are you? Good morning. Hi, Carmela. Sue's mom is a sweet lady. She is. I know. She's very sweet, Janine. So she is going on hospice. She has a lot of heart issues. But she's so smart. She's still teaching. Okay, so she is still teaching Bible classes. Yeah. Nothing will stop her. Okay, that color that I just used for this was Calypso Blue. I did not use that blue when I did mine in the other room. I think I used, oh, Whispering Turquoise. I think that's what I used. Anyways, use whatever colors you want, guys. You do not, like I said, you do not have to use what I used. Okay, green. I have Hauser medium green. I'm going to do the ends of my carrots, the ends of my carrots. Really like the directional sign. I know, it is so cute, isn't it? Should I put it separate for you guys? Because not everybody's purchasing the kit. I could put the directional sign separate for you guys that don't get the monthly kit. I just think it's super cute. I had this with Valentine's and St. Patrick's Day, but I never got around to it. So maybe next year. I have a lot of files that I purchase and then I just run out of time. And so, but there's always next year. I go back through things. So I could post it separately. Okay. Muzzle is going to be burlap. Oh, I will need to get my pink for the cheeks. So I use a lot of brushes here. I use a lot of brushes. I did the frogs last night, and boy, oh boy, they have a lot of colors too. So after I came home, I took a nap on the couch. I was so exhausted. I went to sleep with the dogs, and I woke up at 11. I'm like, okay, I need to do something. I need to paint something. I should have just went to bed, but I didn't. I went and I painted 2 sets of frogs. So I have more frogs to take. Okay, we got, oh, Easter egg. What color is that going to be? And one more jelly bean. Easter egg can be pink. Let me get my pink. Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. Oh, there you are. Okay, so I'm just going to lightly do it. And then I need one more jelly bean, and I already have pink there. I think I did dragon fruit. Okay, yeah, I'll post it separately for you guys. I just think it's kind of cute. It's just a cute little sign. Okay, dragon fruit for this last jelly bean. Okay, we're gonna dry, and let me just do that. Then we'll put second coats on whatever we need second coats on. I'm excited about the craft show that opens today. I think it's going to be a good one. It always is. It's going to be super busy. Super duper busy. Yeah, I'll be working the register. I'll leave here at noon. I have one errand to do on the way over there. Drop off some flyers for next week's show, and then I will be at the craft show till 5. I think they close at 5. I keep saying 5 o'clock when I did my video, so I'm gonna say we close at 5. And then tomorrow I'll be there 9 to 3, and then tear down. So my granddaughter arrives today. She is coming in from El Salvador. She'll be here about a month. She's actually she's gonna stay longer than her husband. She had to come back because her visa was only good for 6 months, and you don't want to overstay your visa in a foreign country ever. Never ever. So I think I like those carrots like that. I'm gonna leave the carrots like that. So she's coming back. They're doing a little get together tomorrow, but I'm gonna miss it. But I will get to see her since she's not leaving immediately, which is nice that I'll get to see her for a little bit. Thank you, Carmela. I appreciate it. Oops. 2 lanes of southbound I-5 closed. Ooh, not good. Blocked due to a car fire. It's always something. And when you're in a big city, nothing ever surprises me. Okay, this is just white. Oops, there's a hair on there. I am shedding. So, yeah, this directional sign is super cute. And it's not huge. It's just big enough. So, did you guys see my Peanuts corner that I had at the craft show? It all turned out so cute. I had so much. I ended up with a ton of Peanuts things, which is so exciting. I had someone send me a message. I'm coming to see all of your Peanut stuff. I love that. I love that. So they will be there today. I'm not going to do a second coat on the basket. I kind of love the way that it's see-through like that. It's transparent. Okay, getting all of our coats on. So this is the last 2 items for the monthly kit. If you haven't grabbed the monthly kit, you can still do that. I work things differently. If you're new to me, I do not just do the monthly kit that month. I believe in letting people purchase it whenever they can afford to. So I have some people that are on a fixed income, and if something comes up and they can't purchase it that month, I'm going to let them purchase it next month or next year or whenever. So I have people right now purchasing some of the kits from 2 years ago because they are still on our website. Tara asked me, do you want to take them down? I'm like, no, let's just leave them. So they're still there, some of the kits from 2 years ago. Okay, I'm going to leave the egg the way that it is. I don't like FOMO. Okay, I don't like when people come on and say, you have 24 hours to claim your monthly kit. After that, we're not going to do anymore. You'll miss out. I don't like that. I don't treat my customers that way. I want my customers to feel comfortable in their purchase. If they can't purchase it right then because money's tight, I don't want them going into debt over a craft kit. So I like to encourage people to only spend what they can afford. And that's how I like to run my business, because that's how I want to be treated. I don't want somebody pressuring me, and I don't fall for that. I am not a FOMO girl. If somebody says, oh, I only have 3 left, you're going to miss out. I'm like, that's okay. I'm fine if I miss out. I honestly, I just don't. You know, once in a blue moon, I might only have a certain amount of kits. If I'm doing a kit with transfers, or I'm doing the mystery boxes, I might only have 12 of them. And if you miss out, you miss out. That's different. I don't do that with the monthly kits because I don't feel like that's treating you guys the right way. I want to be fair with everybody. So that's just the way I am. I've been told that's not the way I should run my business, and I should set it up so it auto charges you guys. I'm not going to do that. I'm not. Sorry. Because I'm not in it to get rich. I'm in it because I love it. I love doing this. And if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it, because it's a heck of a lot of work every day to do projects and to keep up with orders. I do it because I love it. I don't do it because I just want the money. Money's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's a great benefit, but I actually love what I do. I absolutely love that God gave me this talent to share with you guys. Okay, let's dry, and then we'll do cheekies, and we'll do eyeballs. Thank you. Yes, the VIP discount is good too. Yes, you're welcome. Well, that's because you guys are here supporting me. I'm looking for my pink for the cheeks at the same time. I'll have to wait. Yeah, the discount's nice to have. So And I had to explain that to Tara. These are the people that support me on a daily basis. They're on there sharing my videos. They're on there talking to me during my videos, interacting. They're my friends. They're like family, and they deserve a discount. Sometimes I have to explain to Tara why, my whys. This is my why. This is why I do this. She understands it. She gets it. She also picks up the slack when I'm not here. So yesterday she was doing orders all by herself. So it's a good thing. And people ask me, how's it going to work when you move? Well, I won't be working my full-time job when I move. So it will be a little bit easier on me. I won't have that. Okay, I'm looking for my pink for the cheeks. Why can't I find it? Is that it? Cactus flower. That's not it. Where are you? Is this it? Oh, I found it. Vintage pink. Okay, so I got to do cheekies. Let me make sure I have a dauber for that. I do. Okay. Thanks for sprinkling. Hi, Renee. Thank you. I try, because I try to treat people how I would want to be treated. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. You know, come on, you got a little bit left in you. I can feel it. I just feel that's the right thing to do. I don't have to do the eyes because they're right there, but I do have to do white, like a little white highlight once I get them in there. Okay, paper towel time. Let me just see if I have one here that I can just grab. I just need to do the dauber on it. Okay, so these are the daubers from Michaels. They're called daubers, D-A-U-B-E-R. Craftsman brand. That is the Michaels brand. Okay, dip it in the paint. Kind of get all of as much off as you can. And then we're going to do cheekies. We're going to do cheekies right here and right here. Okay. And then we're going to set that to the side. We'll dry and we'll put a highlight on the cheek. And I think I'll wait to do the eyeball till it's in there. I do need to do eyelashes, but I'll do a highlight on the cheek. I'll do the nose. What is the dauber? Right here. This is right here. This is the dauber. That's what it's called, is a dauber. Has a little thing on it. It's called a dauber. You daub things. D-A-U-B-E-R. It's called a dauber. So it's made for stenciling. I use it for cheekies because it works perfectly for the cheeks. So I get it from Michaels. That's the best place. That's what I use for cheeks. There's other tools that you could use. You can search on the internet for dauber. Okay, this is a stylus that I use. Stylus, S-T-Y-L-U-S. You can get them at Dollar Tree, or you can get them at Michael's in the paint section by the stencils. So, Hobby Lobby also has daubers. I've used theirs and they work just fine. Let me just dry that. I'll do the white part in the eyeball once I get it in there, because I don't know where to put it because it's tiny. We're gonna ink the edges. I won't be doing the words. Okay, it's dry. You're welcome. Like a sponge. Yeah, it has a little sponge thing on the end of it. Yeah, you can even search online. If you just put in dauber, D-A-U-B-E-R, when you go to Michael's, it's Craftsman brand, you'll find it. It should pop right up. It comes in a little 5-pack. They're not expensive. There's 2 of the larger and 3 of the smaller. The smaller are good for the smaller size bunnies or whatever you're doing. The larger one I use generally for all the bigger ones. Okay, just got to get all these off of here. Just got to get all the things off, and then we'll ink the edges. I did put down new tape today. I needed to. It was time. It was time to put new tape. and get all of my little pieces, my extras. I'm missing one, but it's okay. It will be fine. All is well. My little basket with the carrots and the carrot tops. Okay, and then the arm. Got the muzzle. The insides of his ears. His bunny ears. Insides of that. The nose and the eyes. So there's always a lot of pieces, but hey, it works out. Okay, and then the rest of this jelly beans. When you put new tape down, be careful of those words so that you don't break it. You could easily break the words in half, and then you just be gluing them together. I've done that before. Okay, Carrot Farm. What time is it? 8:10. I'm doing good. I'm still doing good on time. Just have to be done before Tara gets here. All right. Oh, yeah, Friday already. Time's going by fast. So I have next week I have the craft show that I'm in charge of, and then I have a week off in between, which is good to get ready for the next one that I'm in charge of also. And then I have a break until May. So I have one craft show in May, which is kind of odd because, you know, Easter's over. You're not doing Easter stuff. My everyday stuff, I don't do a ton of everyday stuff, but what I'll do is I'll probably do a bunch of peanuts things to take. Yeah, it's hard to know. It's hard to know what I'll do. Okay. And then my next craft show is in June and one in July, and then September, and it all starts over again. We just start going again. Okay. All right, let's do our little bear first. Let's do that. So these pieces go with the bear. I need to plug in my glue gun. I'll need that when it's time. So let me get that plugged in. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take my ink pad. This is the ink pad that I like to use. Memento Luxe brand. Espresso Truffle is the color. I get it off of Amazon. I go along the edges. I will grab some Q-tips because there's some edges that I can't reach with the sponge because the shape of this piece of wood. So I just go around and do the best that I can do. And then I will grab my little pointy Q-tips. I love these little pointy Q-tips because they work really good to just get in there and add that little extra shading that you can't get in there with your sponge because it's not the right shape. All right, so there's that. Let's just keep going. These actually go together really quickly. If you need to just paint something up, you can paint one in maybe a half an hour if you're not talking like I am. If you're not having to narrate everything and look for questions and all of that, it will paint up pretty quickly. Yep. I was able to do 2 sets of frogs in 2 hours. So each set of frogs has 5 frogs. That's a lot. So, and you know, but I had just painted them the night before. So if you're painting them and you haven't painted them before, it might take a little bit extra time. But I was glad I was able to get them done, get them assembled. And I painted another bear that has the wheelbarrow that goes with this kit. I painted an extra one of those to take to the craft show. The more the merrier. I always need more stuff. So this craft show normally is my best craft show of the spring, and it will be pretty crazy. People will be buying a lot. They come in when it first opens and they fill their baskets with stuff, and sometimes they have multiple baskets and have to have help carrying stuff out to their vehicles. But yeah, they do. Our customers show up again and again, this is a really good craft show. It's in La Mesa at the community center off of Memorial. There's a baseball field there. You probably would know it from that. There's a community pool up above. That's where I park when I bring my trailer on Saturday. I have to park far away with my trailer. I park up at the community pool. Makes it easy because people aren't really there. I don't know when they use it, but they don't use it when I'm there. There's a long straight area that I can park my trailer. That's what I always have to look for. That's why next week I can't take it, because there's not a good area for me to put it. Although I might change my mind at some point and just put it on the street. We'll see how much work it is to do this. Okay, let's glue this little bear together. Let me grab my glue. I keep saying I'm going to bring in more glue. Oh, I did bring in more glue. That is a new one. Okay, if I need it, I have it. Yeah, it's a really good craft show. So this craft show has been going on for over 30 years. So it's kind of funny because it started in her house. Miss Blenda started this in her house, and it got shut down. The city of La Mesa came in. She had a preview, an opening night. On a Thursday, she had a preview for people to come in and look and shop and get in early to get all the good deals and the one-of-a-kind things. The city of La Mesa came in and said, hey, we see that you are holding a craft show and you didn't pull a permit. You can't have a craft show at your house without a permit. And by the way, you can't have a craft show at your house. So we were all set up. A lot of you know this story. We were all set up, and I was actually working the preview, and I wasn't there when the lady came in. The lady actually, I think, came in early. Anyways, we knew that as soon as the preview was over, she let us go ahead and do it. She's like, I'm going to come back tomorrow and this better all be gone. We knew as soon as the preview was over that we had to pack it up. Blenda was able to find another building. She scrambled. She was able to find another building. We packed everything up, put it into our vehicles. I had a big Ram van at that point. Filled it floor to ceiling with my stuff and other people's stuff. With whatever we could, we filled it with all the stuff and transported to the new place. And we spent all night. I stayed till probably midnight. But a lot of people stayed all night and set up, and then had signs there for the customers that said, sorry, we were forced to move. Here's the new location. So anyways, and it stayed at that location for a very long time. It stayed at the Masonic Lodge in La Mesa for a very long time. And then we outgrew it. You know, I need to do the mouth on this with my marker. We outgrew it. We needed to get to a bigger facility, and now we're at the La Mesa Community Center. So that's the story. That is the story of how it all came together. Quite the adventure. Okay, this goes here. This goes on here. Got to put the little basket together. So a lot of us have been together for many, many, many years. And so it's a friendship. It's a family. It's, dedication. It's I trust you with my life, that type of thing. Yeah, it's just a feel good show. I love the people. I love the show promoter. I love the customers. Some of the customers, they only go to that craft show. Okay, I need to find some pieces to hold this up for a minute because I want it to be the same height when I glue this on there, because it needs to stay for a minute while I'm doing the other stuff. That's why I decided to do this first. Oh, I do need to do whites in the eyes. And let me do that really quick, and then I'll look at comments. Sorry, I'm not looking at comments. Hi Tracy. Oh, perfect. Yeah, go ahead and send me a message, and I can send you and I can respond back. Yeah, that would be perfect. Okay, there's the whites in the eye. Okay, let me wipe my stylus. I want to do eyelashes. I want to get that done before I glue this together. So there's several craft shows that I participate in that has, you know, that same core group of people. And, you know, I never thought that I'd be in charge of a craft show. It just kind of ended up that way. So I have the craft show in Chula Vista that I've had forever now. I think 16 years. It's a long time. And then I just purchased the one from Judy last year. In the spring was my first show with that. And then I was in charge of the preschool craft show. You remember that one? I was in charge of that for many, many, many years. And then it got handed over to a friend. When I purchased the show from Judy, I just needed to let something go. I couldn't keep doing everything, because it's a lot to be in charge of a show. If you can imagine the responsibility, it's a lot. And financially too. And making sure you have everything. You have to have your cash registers. You have to have, because we do it different. You know, ours has the central checkout. It's not like everybody takes their own money and everything is hunky-dory that way. No, we have it where most of the craft shows here in this area are set up like that, unless it's a street fair. Most of them have a central checkout area. So it's a lot of responsibility. Okay, I'm going to ink each of the jelly beans. I'm not going to do the words because I really want the words to just stand out on their own. If I ink them, it might make them so they're not as nice. So I'm skipping it. I am skipping inking. You find it interesting that you have to purchase the show. So when you purchase a show, you are purchasing the mailing list, the name of the show, basically the customers. You're purchasing the customers, and your vendors. Basically the so all the rights to the show. So yes, I know it's kind of weird, but when you purchase a craft show that has been in business for that long, it's definitely worth it to do that rather than starting a brand new one. When you start a craft show from scratch, and you don't have a mailing list, you don't have a customer base, you don't have a reputation, it takes you years and years to build it up. When you purchase a show, it's like it's already going, and you just jump in and you're in for the ride, and you just keep going. It's like nothing really changed except for the ownership. And for us, the people that, like Judy owns the show, she still does the show. She's helping me with the show. She'll be there to help me till the end of time, she said. She'll be there till I don't want her anymore, which is, I will always want her there. So that's what it is. You're purchasing the reputation, you're purchasing the customer base, and it just, you don't have to start from scratch. So that's what I love. So there's, as far as customer base, you know, like 2,400 customers. And those are ones that attend regularly. So when you can purchase your list and you know that those people attended, And there's the records also. The records from previous craft shows that I can look at that she gave me. I can see what the vendors did and how much the show made, and I can also see who attended when. So there's Excel spreadsheets for all of that. Okay, I think I got everything inked. So do you make a percentage? Yes. The way that it works, Sarah, is that my crafters pay a fee to be in the show. So they pay a certain amount for the booth. For example, the craft show that's coming up next week, it's $150 for an 8-foot table. Plus, they pay 15% of what they sell. So, if they sell $1,000, then you are getting $150 of that. So you get the initial amount that they paid to be in the show for their table, and then all the sales go through the register. We tear off the tags and add them up, and then they get their check in 2 weeks minus that 15% commission. So, and for me, it's really expensive to be in charge of shows. The fee that I charge them doesn't cover everything at all. Okay, I need to switch that around. I was thinking it didn't seem like it was quite lined up. I think I want to make sure that it's lined up. So yeah, it's expensive to be in charge. Okay, there we go. So there's a lot involved, and this time there's permits and all of that fun stuff. Okay, it can be a moneymaker. Yeah, it can. A lot of blue sky. Okay, you've never been to a show with a central checkout. You see, all the chalk people are on a cruise. Oh, there's not very many people on the cruise. So the cruise, there's I think 11 people that qualified for it. I couldn't go because I have my craft show that I'm helping at. So I chose not to go this year because I needed to be responsible, and I don't like cruises. That was another reason I don't like cruises. So a couple of reasons. There's 11 people that qualified to go, and well, actually more people than that qualified to go. There's 11 people that chose to go. So yeah, I would say there's more that qualified, but not everybody decided to go. Like, I decided not to go. I need to be here for the craft show. It just happened to be scheduled the wrong time. I have missed craft shows before for a trip, but it wasn't a cruise. I wouldn't miss a craft show for a cruise because I'm really not a cruise person. I want to go somewhere. When I go on a trip, I want to go somewhere and explore. I feel like, you're trapped on the ship for too many days. Plus, it was only 4 days. It was a very, very short cruise to begin with. So, anyways, yeah, it conflicted. It conflicted with my craft show. So I'm hoping that next year's does not conflict, because I don't do that many spring craft shows. It's hard for me. If I miss a craft show, then I'm missing out on thousands of dollars of income. So, and if they do a cruise again, I won't be going. Cruises just are not. They're not for me. Oops, I just dropped that in it. So that's why. Yeah, there's, as far as how they get paid, I think I just explained. So when they have a central checkout, every person that brings product there, you have to have a price tag on every item. And those price tags are double tags. So there's two, you know, it has the price on the top and the price on the bottom. Your customer shops through the entire craft show, and then they go to the register and they check out. So we pull the price tag off of each item and we add it up, and our customer pays. Those price tags all get sorted by vendor. We have one person that's in charge of sorting during the whole craft show. Have this little cabinet with drawers. So they sort by crafter, and then the next week I start adding them all up. So I go in and I have an Excel spreadsheet. I do my count. I say, okay, so Sally had 12 items at $5.95, 6 items at $9.95, and I just enter it all into my Excel spreadsheet. And then I have my total. She sold $750 minus 15%. Here's her check. So that's how it works. And so it takes 2 weeks for them to get their checks. That's just how these shows work here. There's a lot of shows like that. But you don't have to be in your booth the whole time. Like, the craft show starts at 9. I don't have to be there because I don't work my booth. No one's in my booth. The customers know to just shop, and if they have a question, they can ask at the register. Okay, where's my other pieces for the back of the, oh, it's underneath there. I'm like, where are the pieces? They can ask at the register. They can ask any other crafters for help. So the only people that are in their booth are the food people and jewelry people. Everybody else is out helping, maybe at the register or carrying baskets for people, working the front door. Yeah, it's just totally different. It's set up differently. Okay, this has to set before I put it in the base. I'm not going to be able to put it in the base while I'm on here probably, because it's not going to be set up yet. It takes about 5 minutes for these to set up. So, but you can see how it goes. I just put a little bit of glue underneath each one, and then it'll have to sit for about 5 minutes. And then it's going to go in this base. So I'm going to hold it down. We're going to glue the stuff on. This is solid now. So during the time that we did this is glued on. So I can put these on the back. So I know sometimes you guys are wondering, how does that go? These go on here, and then the little things go in the center. I just drip glue. I put a little bit of glue there so that I can press that down into it. These just go right on the edge. Okay, where's my lid? And let me clean up my mess that I made. I got glue here and glue here. Okay. And this just goes in there. Let me see. Hang on one second. Let me look back at a couple of the questions there. Okay. All right, let me let that set for a minute. Sheila says, good morning. I hope your booth does well. How many items do you have there? Ooh, I have no idea. Thousands. I have no idea how many. Tracy says, do hobbyist designers qualify for the trip? Yes, any designer that wants to try to qualify, but as a hobbyist, you'd have to have a team. So you have, and you know what? It wasn't necessarily team points. It was if you get a certain amount of points, and then I can explain all that to you. It's a combination of points and then your perks people, how much they purchase. So it was a combination. It was a lot. You had to have a lot of points, but you could do it as a hobbyist, but you have to have perks members under you. So let's see, totally worth the 15% to not have to man your booth. Yes, it is totally worth that. So Sarah said, yes, probably 1,000. Yes. I did the video. Oh yeah, it was, it was That's crazy. My booth, I have so many things. Do the vendors stay on their booth or just set up? Yeah, they just set up. Let's see. Do we have a problem with theft? We do not have a problem with theft. We once upon a time we did, but we figured out who it was. So we have had a shoplifter. Do you remember the lady that I told you that was handicapped, that was shoplifting, that was putting stuff into her walker? Yeah. Yeah, she was a problem. Okay. These are still moving, so I don't really want to put the base on. So I'm just going to turn it around and I'll show you. And then I'll put the base on in a minute. And this needs to set up also. But I can put it on. Oh, you know what? This isn't tall enough because I need something a little bit taller than that. Okay. Let me just see. See if I can make this taller. The basket still. It has to be on something that's high up. Okay. So it's going to be up like that. Let me put you up to myself so you can see. Oops, wrong direction. Trying to go closer. Let me move this back so you don't see the back of that. Okay, so this is going to sit on the shelf. It's going to sit like this. Okay, but it has to have a shelf that hangs. It hangs off. The little basket hangs off. I was thinking it could go on here, but it's not. It's not tall enough. So, anyways, our little bear is done. I really don't want to set it down on the things. Maybe I'll just set it gently. I'll just kind of put it like that. And then this is done. So I'll wait a minute. I don't want this moving around. I don't want my things to be all cockeyed. Although it's kind of cute when they start moving a little bit. But there you go. All right. How funny you thought of her. Okay, let me see. Tracy Morris, any designer can qualify, but it takes a lot. Yeah, it's not a very simple thing to do. Yeah. You have to open up a small shop with how much you create. You know what? Having a shop is really hard. I have had times in my life where I've had people that said, I will pay for you to open this shop. I will back you financially because I believe in you. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be there every day. When you own a shop, then you're running that shop. And you're not able to do the creation part because you're there with your customers all the time. So I prefer to do the craft shows and then I'm just there with my customers a couple of times a year. So I have been in shops where I pay a commission, but there aren't any really good ones right now in San Diego. Somebody needs to buy a shop. I don't want to be the one in charge of it. I did once upon a time tell my husband that when we moved to Prescott, I wanted a little shop, but I think I've kind of changed my mind. I think I would like to do some of their craft shows. They have quite a few craft shows in the town square, and then they also have a farmer's market. So there's a lot of opportunities there without having to be the one in charge. I don't want to have to show up every single day and open up the shop. I don't want to do it. I'll let somebody else do that. All right, guys, I love you. I hope you have a fantastic day. Let me go ahead and, yeah, the overhead's ridiculous for sure. Let me get you the link for this monthly kit. Let me get this link. So 2 people have tried to call me while I'm on here. I get scam calls all the time. But I have to check it because it's not always a scam call. Okay, let me get to my monthly kit. There is the bear standers that go with this too, if you want those. Tara's painting them today, so I'll take a picture. Did I add them? Bear leaning ladder. I actually didn't add them yet. I will have to add them as soon as she should have them ready. Okay, let me share this collection with you guys. Sorry. I wasn't prepared. The dog ate my homework. All right, so there's some bear standers. Oh, there we go. All right, thank you, Jenny. And I will see you next week, Miss Jenny. Jenny's going to do my show next week. Yay! All right, I love you guys. Hope you have a fantastic day. I will see you